guys, it's Rachel from the Lorraine Lamb, and today I'm going to be discussing my 2020 reading goal update, or wrap up I guess, and my 2021 reading goals. So I'm looking at my Goodreads page. I hope you can see that. Probably not, it's kind of whitewashed, but anyway, I'm going to be looking on my year in book stats on Goodreads and filling you guys in on what happened. So my original reading goal for the year was 30 books because I was like, I'm going to be in school till close to May, and then I'm going to be looking for a job, and I don't know what next year is going to bring because, by January I didn't know what was going to happen with the year. So my original goal being 30 books, I thought, that gives me a good kind of timeline to read. It gives me enough time. And I managed to read 89 books last year, which is the most I've read pretty much since high school, because usually it's been around 50 books. So I was really proud of how much I was able to read, partially because of the lockdown. I did finish school March 15th, I believe, and then, no, March 13th, and then by the 15th or 16th, we were in complete lockdown. So I didn't get to do my last placement. I was also going back to school in the fall, so I did some school courses in the summer. So it gave me more time to read, and since I wasn't able to see my friends, obviously, I was able to read more. I read 28,591 pages for 2020. My shortest book I read was 33 pages, and it was Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney. So that's the cover. And then the longest book I read was a reread for me. It was The Truth About the Harry Kubert Affair by Joel Dicker, and it was 643 pages. The average book length that I read in 2020 when they averaged all the pages was 321 pages. The most popular book I read this year was a reread. It was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And the least popular book I read, which just means has less reviews, was Math Hacks by Vanessa Vicario, which I definitely recommend, especially if you're a teacher or you have a child in 3rd to 6th grade, even 7th. It just gives you a lot of good math tips if they're struggling with concepts. By most least popular means people who also shelved. So whatever concept they shelved it as. The highest rated book I read on Goodreads this year was Mindset Mathematics for grade 3, which is another kind of math book. And then my first review of the year was The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. And that was a favorite. I absolutely love that. And then it just shows my books that I read. Yeah. So I was really impressed with my reading. I was happy with that. And since I kind of know more so what's going to happen in the later half of this year in terms of scheduling and that sort of thing, I was able to kind of predict how much I wanted to put my goal at. So right now I have my goal at 40 books, which means I think I only have to read 4 books a month, if I'm not mistaken with that math. 4 to 5 books a month. I could be off. I hope I'm not. I did the math a few days ago, and not in the mood to divide right now. But that means, about a book a week. Not even, because there's 52 weeks in the year. So it gives me a good threshold to catch up. This year, right now, I'm continuing my master's. I work 2 days a week at a school substituting. The odd week I'd work 3 days, but that's really pushing it. That's unless they really needed me. So I usually have the evenings to read for a little bit, and if I'm working from home, I usually, instead of taking lunch and eating from the TV or something, I eat lunch at my desk while I'm working, and then I use 40 minutes to an hour to read in the afternoon, typically, not every day, but that's what I try to do. So I think 40 books is definitely my goals for this year. In terms of reading selection is I really want to read another series, kind of like the Camilla Lackberg series I've been reading, not necessarily mystery, but I just want another long series that I can read at least over 5 books, not maybe 30 books, maybe a good 50, in between 5 and 15 books in a series, unless the series is ongoing and they've stopped around 15. I don't want it to be YA. I want it to be contemporary. By contemporary, sorry, I mean not YA, but you know what I mean. Adult, I guess. So if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. I'm looking for some recommendations there. I also want to try to prioritize bigger books and not be scared of them because of a reading challenge. So I want to get back eventually into the Outlander books because those are quite lengthy. The Poldark series, and just kind of wrap up a few series and loose ends. I want to read a few different authors, or authors I've read that I want to delve more into their books, like Bernadine Evaristo, delve in more to her library, and a few others. I want to read more Star Wars books. those are kind of my goals. And I do want to try to read a bit more diversely. I feel like I do have a problem with that, but it's not like a conscious problem. It's like I look at a cover or a synopsis, I don't even look at the author's name. Half the time I don't even know if the author's a man, a woman, or like non-binary. I guess they don't like they them pronouns. But like I need to start trying to pay more attention to that. I usually do pick my books with the sense where it's like I'm just like scrolling and looking at titles and covers and stuff. I don't really look at the author, but I want to start making sure I am trying to read more diversely. And I think Book Depository does a pretty good job of having books that are not only from all different countries, but they have them like on their main homepage, and they have all different authors. Like some of them I haven't heard from. I feel like they do a pretty good job of laying it out. So I'm trying to look on there to at least like see kind of, you know, the different authors I may not be seeing always on the bookshelves, because like at the bookstore, just because, you know, whatever is popular is kind of spread everywhere, and then you kind of want to delve into that. But I'm trying to look for books that are more like I don't hear about every day. So if you have any suggestions along the lines of those, I'm definitely willing to hear them out and discover them for myself. And that's pretty much my year. Like I have quite a few goals I want to accomplish. I don't think they're going to be too difficult for me to accomplish. I'm not putting too much stress this year on myself, because pretty much my whole year is the same thing. I have school all year. Officially I finished my classes in August, but I'm going to be working on my thesis and working, so I pretty much have the same schedule. So I feel like it's a pretty good goal being 40 books. But yeah, let me know what your goals are. Remember, I know it's really good to set lofty goals. I set extremely lofty goals typically for myself, but remember that, you know, no matter how many books you read, you're still reading, and that's important at the end of the day. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.